So a question we get asked a lot is, what is the best kind of video content to make for my business? So according to HubSpot, the most popular types of videos that businesses make are explainer, product, how-to, testimonials, and demos. So already you've got plenty of topics probably from just those categories that you can make lots of videos about. But to go even further in and give you more clarity, a great place to start would be to read a book by Marcus Sheridan, which is called They Ask You Answer. So if you're in marketing, I'd say it's probably an essential book to read because it gives you some hoops to jump through on what content to make. So essentially what Marcus talks about is that there are 5 types of content that most people do not address. So in his book, he outlines that the number one thing that a business should talk about is cost. So in our line of work, in video production, so many companies do not want to talk about pricing, cost, however you want to call it. But if you can address it, guess what people are doing? They're typing that into Google and finding it. So if you've got a video on it and you've got an article on it and you're addressing it, fantastic. You might not be able to actually answer it. So for us, we've made a video on this exact topic. It's a really difficult question to answer because there's so many variables and many businesses will be in the same position. So the next category that Marcus Sheridan talks about in the hierarchy of importance is addressing problems. So again, if you can be answering questions around what problems your customers may experience. So for us, it could be something like, how do I upload subtitles onto YouTube or Twitter or whatever else? And we've come up with dozens of problems that customers have. If you can address those, then people might find you on Google, or they could be used in the sales process as well, because inevitably these questions come up all the time. Next up is versus and comparisons. So giving really honest comparisons about different types of things in your business. And that sounds really vague, so I'll give you an example that's worked well for us. So in the world of video, if you're filming on a mobile phone, you could film horizontally, which is a really good way to do it. Or you can film vertically, and in certain scenarios that's good. But there's a whole video we've made on that, which is just delving into the pros and the cons of both and not taking sides, but giving people a kind of a steer in the right direction. And that video's kind of exploded. It's got over 17,000 views. So sometimes you make these videos and they just really hit the mark. So see what versus and comparisons there are in your industry. So next up is reviews. So in your industry, there might be things that your customers need to use that would be worth you reviewing and going in depth about. So for example, we teach people as part of our offering how to make some videos at a kind of a low end on mobile phones. So we could do a video where we review a particular mobile phone for its camera quality, for its audio quality, and various other things. That would be a good thing to do. And finally, the other category that Marcus talks about is best in class. So for us, an example of that would be, what are the best corporate videos that have been made this year? Or what are the best animations we've seen? What are the best techniques in video production? There'll be countless examples. A really good way to start is with an exercise to try and come up with the content rather than just thinking about it on the spot. So if you follow the book, there's a really good way of going about it, or if you need help, then just let us know because we can come in and facilitate a session on what content could be useful for you. We've come up with over 200 topics that we're working our way through and making videos and blogs on, and this is one of them right now. You're watching one where we're trying to address a problem, what content to make. So there we go. And finally, some other videos that I think pretty much all businesses really should have are kind of your top level video. So what I mean by that is something that would sit somewhere prominently on your website, something that might be at the front of a marketing campaign, something that's going to really drive the sales and is the first thing customers are going to see as part of your sales process. So that might be a really all singing, all dancing video or animation, and it's kind of gone to town and it's a video that should last a few years. That kind of video. All businesses should have something like that. Also, case studies would be a really good thing to do in your business. So I'd say they differ slightly to testimonials, because testimonials might be something quick and easy, where you've just got an interview from your customer saying fantastic things about your business. A case study might go more in depth, where you might hear testimonials, but you go into depth about the benefits that you've provided to that business and what impact it's made, or talking more about what your service does. Those are always good things to have because they will really help your sales team and your marketing team on that sales journey for your customers. And a couple of other good things to think about would be things like background videos on your website. So like a header video where you're just showing what happens in your business, that you've got real people, real premises, and that they can have trust in what you do. Process videos are also a really, really powerful thing to have. You can show your customer how you get from A to B in a really simple way, allow them to understand all the things that happen. So for us, it's in a video, the typical things people will go through is pre-production, production, and then post-production, and there's lots of things that happen within those stages as well. But if you can break it down so that the customer can understand that, then that really helps with their expectations, and it also shows a level of professionalism that you've addressed those questions. So it's a really, really powerful thing to do. So by no means is this video listing all of the content that you could do, but hopefully that's a pretty substantial attempt. So I hope that's been helpful, but if you do need some more help, please feel free to get in touch, and thanks for watching.